Yo, what is going on? It has been a minute since you guys have last seen me. I'm sure my face looks a little bit leaner, also a little bit tanner. It's just a little bit of an update. I'm still in prep. As of right now, I'm just under 2 weeks out. Today is Sunday, April 14th, and my show is Friday, April 26th. And I kind of want to explain why I stopped filming videos for a while. I never intended to completely disappear, and it was just something that over the course of the entire time I've been lifting, which is close to 9 years at this point, 3 of which have been dedicated to bodybuilding, or almost 4, something around there. I've always had a camera with me in the gym. And I've never let it be the main focus of my training, but over these last couple of months, I really just wanted to focus on the weights and myself and really see how far I could go and what I could do and not have any distractions. And today is a rest day for me, so there's not going to be a workout in this video. I do have cardio. I'm doing an hour and a half of cardio a day at this point, 45 minutes fasted in the morning and 45 minutes at night. So it's a lot of fun for sure. But prep is going very well. Sorry, I'm just trying to figure out the best way to hold this here. Prep is going very well. My physique is looking better than it's ever looked before in my entire life. Very happy with the physique that I built. But I wanted to come on here and just kind of show you guys what I'm eating, give you guys an update. I'm still alive, still kicking. I plan on making more of these videos. We'll see if I make a couple more throughout the duration of this prep. And then after prep, I kind of want to explain what the game plan is moving forward. So right now, I'm just focusing on making it to the end of the show, not really overwhelming myself with anything outside of the show, but I do have plans for what it is to be moving forward. Now, I'm already one meal in for the day, so I'll show you the rest, but that first meal was 50 grams cream of rice, 2 eggs, and 50 grams of Whey Isolate. So food is pretty low. We're kind of mixing and matching like days with half carbs, no carbs. I've had some refeeds in there. We've just been doing burgers, um, double patty, bacon burgers, sometimes with fries, sometimes without. They're great. I love burgers. And yeah, I mean, we're kind of just playing. I'm at the point where I'm at my weight cap. My height, I'm just under 5'9". So I'm at the 5'8" weight cap, which is 194 for amateur. And we're kind of hovering around there. So we're just kind of trying to maintain fullness. And we're trying to go for a very specific look. And I'm not going to go too much into detail because I'd like to save kind of a surprise for how that's going to look. And yeah, I'm just going to go inside and I'm going to give you guys a little physique preview, and then we'll just eat some food for the rest of the day. So, welcome to my bedroom. This right here is the best spot for checking my physique. I probably spend a good 10 minutes here every single day just doing my overall assessments of where we're at. We're not going to do a full physique assessment right now. If you want to see any of those, you can go to my Instagram. I think it's just john.yonker on Instagram. I'll have it down below regardless. I don't remember. I'm on prep brain right now, so words are kind of difficult at the moment. I'm sure you understand if you've been on prep, but and clearly I'm swimming in my clothes. I know I wore this shirt in some of the bulking videos way back in November, December, and I was pretty much filling out this shirt, and it's a double X, and now it's almost a long sleeve at this point, which is a good thing. So, but after the show, we're going to fill it out and we're going to make it tight. The goal is to get the 3X. But I'm sure you guys don't really care. Let's just see what the physique is looking like. All right. So I don't want to give away too much. Just a little bit of a preview, you know. I don't want you guys to get too excited. I know me taking my shirt off can do a little something to you guys. So we'll just leave it at that. I'm going to cover myself back up here so you're not distracted. But yeah, I mean, just to, you guys can hear me, just to kind of go over my mindset through this prep. It's been a lot different since my last one. And this one, I definitely approached with the mindset of gratitude and being very thankful to be in the position that I am. Last time I competed, I was very excited. I have just felt this gravitational pull towards bodybuilding, and I've fought for this. I work a 9 to 5 job, so a huge chunk of my day is Monday through Friday is taken up, and that's a lot of bodybuilders. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm somebody special, but it does leave a very limited amount of time for the rest of my day to do other things. So pretty much every single day, from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to bed, I'm working 16-hour days, and I love it. I've really learned how far I can push myself and seen how far I can go. And I'm just really excited for the future to see where I'll be able to take my physique from there. And I'm super grateful for my wife, Jade. She's been a huge help so far, keeping me sane, helping me go to the store to get food, helping me cook my food, just being there to relax and watch TV at the end of the day, you know, my one little relaxing time. And just really, it's kind of easy to complain about things sometimes when you're hungry, or, you know, you don't get to eat all the good food or hang out with your friends. But when you wake up in the morning and the first thing you have to do is 45 minutes of cardio, this is something that I want to do. So why would I complain, right? I want to be there. And it's not even that bad. I get to sit down, I have a TV in front of my bike, and I literally just watch Bleach. So I'm watching anime for 45 minutes, and I'm just moving my legs, and I'm just trying to break a sweat. It's honestly fantastic. I love it. I love this so much, and I thought I loved bodybuilding before, but this prep has really just kind of cemented my love for this sport. And this, I just know I'm meant to be here. Like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I just wanted to come on here and share that with you guys, show you guys the physique. But from here, I guess we're just going to be checking out what I'm eating for the day, which isn't very much, but I figured you guys would like to see that stuff. All right, so we're here. I'm getting my meal number 2 ready. It's nothing crazy. It's just going to be six ounces of chicken, or 170 grams for those of you that are gram users. I just like to measure myself with grams just because it makes everything simple. And two rice cakes. So not a whole lot, like I said. Carbs are kind of low, which is fine. You know, I'm kind of crazy when it comes to this dieting stuff. The lower my calories go, the more it hurts, but the more excited I get, because that just means another level of freakiness is about to be achieved. So pardon my masterful camera angles right now. I am a crew of one, so I'm trying my best here. But it's not necessarily about what you see all the time. It's about what you hear and what you take away. Now, this is my plan. This isn't necessarily what will get you shredded. I'm sure this right now, these calories would get almost anybody shredded. But of course, you need to find out what works for you and do the things that, if you have a coach, what they'll tell you to do. And of course, my rice cakes are doing a little Nature Valley bar action right now and crumbling into a million pieces. So we're just gonna make do with what we got. But I love the caramel rice cakes. They're honestly like desserts. I kind of like to imagine that they're a cookie. I don't even think I know what a cookie tastes like at this point. So, but yeah, we're not going to think about cookies right now. We do not have time to be thinking about cookies. But anyway, I just popped the chicken in the microwave for about a minute, let it heat up. And of course, in typical prep brain fashion, I'm not done with my scale yet, but I put it away because it's just that kind of time. But I got a little bit of a secret sauce, and it's not a secret. You can buy it too, but it's this sugar-free teriyaki marinade. It's 5 calories for 15 grams, so I'll do 20. Just adds a little bit of flavor and some moisture. Chicken on its own can tend to be a little bit dry, especially the chicken breasticles. So I'd like to have a little bit of moisture in my food and enjoy it as much as possible. But yeah, that's it for meal number 2. I'm just going to go watch Bleach, and then I'll see you guys at meal 3. So for meal 3, in between the last meal and this meal, my coach hit me up with the new changes to the plan for the day. Not great news. Carbs are getting cut in half. So I don't really have a lot of carbs with this meal anyway. I have 7 ounces of whitefish, popped it in the air fryer. This is tilapia. There's other whitefish options you can go with. Cod, and then I believe halibut are the main options people use. I'm not a fan of cod. This tilapia from Costco is pretty fire, so no complaints here from me. And then what would typically be 100 grams of fruit is now 50 grams. And I chose blueberries. I pretty much only use berries. You get a lot more volume that way, and it's just really nice, really good. So yeah, nothing too complicated about this meal. It's not really hard to eat. It's kind of filling for some protein, but yeah, it's pretty simple. I'm just gonna throw this down, and I'll see you guys for the next meal. So it's not time for the next meal yet, but I figured I do have to prep more food, so I would take this opportunity to just talk to you guys for a little bit. I'm going to be making some tilapia. This is just like a 3-pound bag from Costco. Super simple, very easy. Just make sure you thaw it in the fridge. Usually takes about a day. Yeah, just spray your pan. I preheat my oven to about 350 and cook for about 20 to 25 minutes. And they generally cook pretty nice. And when you are trying to just get lean or build a good physique, put on some solid muscle, and it doesn't even have to be for a show, you want to make sure that you're eating as clean as possible. Now, you can get away with eating some, more, I guess, junk food every now and then, but if you really want your physique to be top notch, I really think you need to really prioritize eating cleaner whole foods. And this is just something I do regularly, even in my off season. In the off season, I have treats every once in a while, typically a cheat meal once a week, but I really just want to grow the highest quality muscle that I can. So it's, nothing crazy with sauces. I try to stay pretty low calorie on the sauces. I've never even really been like a huge sauce guy in general. Um, Give me some seasoning, some sriracha. I had sriracha on my tilapia earlier. I forgot to mention that, just a little nice little spice. But don't overcomplicate it. And I hear a lot of people like, oh, eating clean is so boring. But, this isn't about being entertained by food at the end of the day. If you're trying to build a physique, there's just certain things that you're going to have to sacrifice. And eating those good meals is going to be one of them. But it doesn't have to be, all that bad because you still get a cheat meal every once in a while, and depending on how your body reacts to things, you might be able to get away with it a little bit more than others. But for me, throughout the week, I just feel better if I'm eating clean. And then when it is time for a cheat meal, I get to go on a date with my wife, or I get to go get a post-workout meal with some friends. And that way I'm socializing, spending time with people that I care about, and I'm also getting a good meal in at the same time. And then throughout the rest of my week, I'm just eating for fuel. And I know that sounds cliche and all this and all that, but it's true. And I really do want to build a physique that is something worth mentioning and something that I can be proud of. And this is just something that is pretty simple for me. I ate pretty clean growing up, starting out in the gym. When I first started working out, I was getting a little chunky because I was playing a lot of League of Legends, eating a lot of cereal and ice cream, and that is not conducive to a good physique. And same thing with, if you want to build a good physique, the more you move around, the better. And you can get away with playing video games, and at the end of the day, once again, it comes down to your metabolism and your genetics. Some people can sit down all day long and they just burn calories like a furnace. And unfortunately, I'm not that kind of person. And this prep, I've really focused on trying to move around as much as possible. And even when I'm pretty tired, it's now about 2 p.m. This is kind of when my energy starts to dip. And I'm trying to stay away from overdoing caffeine and stimulants and things like that, and just kind of letting my body go through the process. I want to feel the pain. I want to feel like I'm going through something. And I don't think that necessarily is going to make the physique better. I think there's importance to the mental aspect of going through things that are mentally more difficult. Like, for example, I really like 0-calorie soda, specifically ginger ale. I love ginger ale. I could drink a whole case a day, easy. A couple weeks ago, I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep it to one a day. When you're on prep and you're eating just 7 ounces of fish and 50 grams of blueberries, you kind of want some flavor. And it's just kind of like, I'd rather feel like I come out on the other side like I went through something difficult. And it's kind of a special position to put yourself in where you're like, and I'm going to make things more difficult for myself and not drink this soda. But I really, really think that there is a huge benefit to finding enjoyment out of life when things aren't at peak comfort. And I think a lot of people would benefit from that mindset, and you would see a lot more results, because when those results do come in and you went through something that was difficult or inconvenient, but you did it with a smile on your face, it's going to be that much more satisfying. And it's also not going to be something that I find a lot of people will trudge through certain parts of their prep or their whatever their fitness journey is. and cardio is a big one. Nobody likes doing cardio, and for me, I love cardio. It's like a meditative session. I kind of focus on my breathing. Like I said, I watch a show. Specifically for me, anime is really nice because I have to read and focus on my breathing and keep up my rhythm. So I'm doing multiple things at the same time. So my brain is constantly firing. And I really think that plays a huge benefit in somebody's physique. And I don't have any science to back this up. This is complete bro science. But I definitely think if you look at the top level guys, they're not complaining. This is what they do. And if this is what you truly want to do, you're just going to have to learn to cope with something, because in reality, if you're complaining about something and you're telling yourself that it sucks and that it's miserable, how long are you really going to be able to do it for, right? You have to start waking up at 5 in the morning and you're just going to bed pissed off that you don't get to sleep in till 10, 11 a.m., you're going to burn out and it's just not going to be enjoyable. So I truly think you have to find enjoyment in the suffering. You have to find peace in suffering, and I've really learned that, and a huge part of that is getting closer with God, reading my Bible every single day, and really honing in on what I can be grateful for and grateful to Him for. So, just a little bit of a side tangent. I'm waiting for the oven to preheat, and yeah, I'm gonna pop this in, get it all cooked up, ready for the week. This should last me about 2.5, 3 days until I have to cook it again. So you already know the freezer's all stocked up, but I'll see you at the next meal. It's time for meal number 4. Same thing, low carb, a little bit more carbs than the last meal. This is 7 ounces of chicken with 75 grams of rice. Typically, it would be 150 if my carbs weren't cut in half. And then more fruit, this time 50 grams of raspberries. And these ones are a little fuzzy. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, but I don't know. They're just really fuzzy. So I thought you guys would find that interesting. But anyway, what we're trying to do here is we're just trying to keep protein high so we can maintain as much muscle as possible. And then we're lowering the carbs because, one, I don't really need the calories. And we're trying to suck out a lot of the water. So the carbs can kind of help maintain a fullness. But as you go into the show, you're kind of trying to flatten out, and that helps you get a little bit leaner, a little bit easier, because you're not focused on burning like glycogen and water like in the muscle and everything. So this meal, it's a little bit more filling than the last one. I also have about 20 grams of a sweet and spicy low calorie barbecue sauce. So that's very good. But yeah, I'm just going to throw this meal down and I'll see you for meal number 5. Now, just so we're clear, I have moved since the last time I ate here. I haven't just been sitting here the whole time. And I guess I would like to mention that I am eating about every 2.5 to 3 hours. So on these longer days, it is kind of a stretch sometimes. And this meal is particularly special in a very sad kind of way. Now, this would typically be my post-workout meal. So on the days that you're not working out, it would make sense that this would be kind of smaller. But so typically I would have 60 grams of post-workout cereal and 50 grams of fruit. But we got 30 grams of cereal. If you can see, it's not a whole lot. It's in this tiny little bowl that just fits in the palm of my hand. So, yay. And then for my fruit, I get a single strawberry. So, not eating very large, but it's all for the greater good. And then of course, I do have protein. This is 50 grams of Whey Isolate, and I do have creatine in here as well. just so I'm staying consistent every single day. Normally, I put my creatine in my pre-workout, and I want to keep the creatine in my system, so I just have it in the protein shake. And normally, I wouldn't fill it this much because the more water, and yes, I use water, I'm not using milk. Grow up. You don't need to use milk or almond milk. It's extra calories. This is how you get shredded. Sacrifices need to be made. You can make it. It's not that difficult. But normally I would do less, like probably half, so the flavor is more potent. But since I'm not eating very much, I like to savor as much flavor as I can. So I'll pour a little bit into the cereal, eat it up, and then drink the rest after I take the single bite out of my strawberry. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to enjoy every single bite of this for the whole 30 seconds that this meal is going to last. And then I'm going to go jump on the bike and do 45 minutes of cardio. So we're here at the final meal of the day. I have somebody holding the camera for me. It's my wife, Jade. She's very helpful. This is 7 ounces of fish. 7 ounces of fish once again, and 3 eggs with sriracha. Right now, this is my favorite meal of the day, and you can see it in its full glory, thanks to the human behind the camera able to move around and point it at things. Very cool. But yeah, this is my favorite meal of the day because I actually don't have to think about eating for the entirety of the day here soon. I get to go to bed on a full stomach, which is always great. I did throw a few pickles in here because they're 0 calories and they are awesome. Look at them in their full pickly glory. I love them. I love pickles. And I posted them on my Instagram, and everyone was like, I hate pickles. You know what? I hate you. But I'm kidding. You guys are awesome. But pickles are great. And then my ginger ale. I would literally die without these. And for whatever reason, I decided to limit myself to 1 a day because I hate my life. But not really. Jokes aside, I just, think it's best if I limit it to 1. Yeah, just limit it to 1. But I'm just going to enjoy this last meal. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I'm going to go watch Jujutsu Kaisen. It's Bleach during the day, and then Jujutsu Kaisen at night with Jade. So, always a great time. I'm going to enjoy this before it gets cold. That's about the 5th close-up shot of the food, and it probably looks really gross to you guys, but it looks really good to me. So, anyway, I'll see you when I see you.